hard all day long, they were very poor. They worked hard in their fields. They foraged in the forest for plants, herbs, and firewood to sell. Still, they remained poor. One day, while the couple was clearing away a termite mound in the rice field, the old man struck something hard with his hoe. He dug up the object and discovered that it was a jar. The old man looked inside the jar and found a huge amount of gold. The old man beamed with excitement and called to his wife. His wife hurried over and helped clear the dirt from around the jar. It was filled to the brim with gold. His wife was extremely delighted. She urged her husband to find something to put the gold in to take home. However, the old man shook his head. He explained to the old woman that it was not a good idea. He explained to his wife that the gold did not belong to them, and they should leave it there. The old woman tried to argue with the man, but he kept calmly telling his wife that if the gold truly belonged to them, it would come to them. But they could clearly not take what was not theirs. She tried to convince the old man to change his mind on this matter. He remained firm. When they arrived home, the old woman told her neighbors about their find. They simply laughed at her. Nobody believed her words. But one day, some buffalo traders heard the story. They found the termite mound and dug up the jar. They gingerly opened it and jumped back in alarm. To their shock, they found not gold, but a huge snake lying coiled up inside the jar. The buffalo traders, thinking that they had been lied to about the gold, grew angry and decided to get some revenge on the old couple. They went to the forest and found a strong liana vine. They tied it around the jar and pulled it into their wagon. Late that night, they dropped the jar right in front of the old couple's hut. They turned the jar onto its side, removed the cover, and nudged open the old couple's door. Then they hurried away into the night, certain that the snake would enter the house and strike the old couple. Then, the next morning, the old woman got up before dawn, as usual, to prepare their breakfast. It was still dark when she pushed open the door and stepped outside. She stumbled over the huge jar and gave a cry of fright. Ah! Her husband jumped from his sleeping mat and ran to see what had happened. There, on the floor, was a huge jar from the field, lying on its side right in front of their door. They wondered who could have possibly brought the jar to the door. The old man was puzzled. He brought a candle and inspected the jar. To their absolute surprise, they found that it was filled with gold. The old woman gasped deeply and inquired whether this meant that the gold was theirs. The old man agreed. He explained that this event had confirmed what he said before. If it belonged to them, it would come to them. Now that it had come, the old man confirmed that it had to be theirs. The old woman nodded solemnly, now understanding what her husband had said, and that if it belonged to them, it would come to them.